So that expires on August 7th about.
What would we do if we'd like to see a sample?
Well, we could either schedule a special meeting or we could, again, ask the applicants to withdraw the application and resubmit it, bringing a sample.
I just have a question. If we ask them to bring in a sample, I don't think we're gonna get a real feel for the look if they bring in a little piece of vinyl like that. You have to see it on the house or a structure.
Right. Is there,
And so we have to go down to, I mean, certainly there are vinyl houses with vinyl siding around here. But I mean, I don't know how else we do it other than go either go to the showroom or whatever, or go find a house with vinyl siding to see, I mean, cause you gotta see the whole thing to be able to see what
It's
the
true.
sheen
It's
is.
true. You
Yeah.
do. You do.
but since there's so much hesitancy
Mhm.
within the commission, I think it would be better either to have it withdrawn or I don't know what the alternative is, to make a motion that we would approve a storage shed of this size and dimensions, but not with vinyl. Was that what the motion would? That we're not willing to approve vinyl today without having seen it. I don't know what the options are.
We have whatever we can approve, we can deny, we can move to approve with conditions. Conditions may not be ones that the owners are able to live with. I mean, we can say we approve it with this design, but it has to be wood or wood-like
We
structure.
approve the location.
But if we're approving it with this design, another manufacturer who manufactures wood clapboards, it probably not be this design. So that effectively would kill the proposal. But we do need to move on, so.
Yeah, Ed, what do you think?
What do you suggest?
I don't favor vinyl.
You would?
I do not favor vinyl.
I mean, are there people who are opposed to vinyl, if you will, no matter what? So, I mean, we don't want to have you go through an empty exercise of
Right,
bringing in
right.
something that's not going to be approved. I'm not in favor of vinyl.
I'm not in favor of vinyl.
Okay, so should I make a motion then to approve it as presented? And
Well,
then you're
or
going
to
to, then no one's going to second it, right? We have
Or
to
you
move it
can,
forward.
we can
Make
make
an-
a motion to deny it.
Yeah.
As submitted. Or you can go back and investigate options. I mean, we're sorry, we get it, but I hope you understand where we're coming from with the from the perspective of especially setting precedent that we've rejected in many other instances.
We have. Well, I'll make a motion to deny it.
Second.
Further discussion? Favor?
Aye.
Julie? Any opposed? Any objections? That was a long way around. I'm sorry to put you through the trouble, but I did not hear in principle any objection to a shed. We do have wood sheds with vertical sidings, if that's an option, or you perhaps could investigate other
There's
manufacturers.
the one at, what's the address right next to Gilborough? Oh, right next to the academy. The brown house, the house.
Yes, they just put.
They just put a new shed in or
they
replaced,
Replaced.
and that's vertical. And the house is
Horizontal.
horizontal. Do you know which house I'm talking about? It's
No.
the historic old house right next to the
Art Academy.
Art Academy. It sits,
Oh, on the other
This side.
No, this side.
This side of
Closer,
the yard.
yes.
it's brown, and it has, if you're going in the driveway, there's a shed right sort of to the front, which is recently rebuilt.
Yeah, we'll explore our options. I think our initial thought was that the horizontal clapboard look aligning closest to the house felt like the priority to us. But we'll do some exploring.
We want to make it work for you.
I mean, I think it is probably not universally true, but most outbuildings in the historic district do have the vertical. Our property
That's an
does
interesting
not, our
point.
property does not, but those were built 100 years ago, so.
Okay.
Thank you.
97 Lime Street.
That's a renewal, right? That's it. This,
Yes. Do we have anything? Have you heard from McShane?
I sent them the connection information. What they want to do is to renew the C of A that was approved this time last year. There are no changes. They just had a delay in starting the project. It's the same as it was. It was for a garden shed.
Is there a motion to approve the renewal of the just expired C of A or about to expire?
Yeah.
I move that we approve the renewal of the C of A.
Okay, second, okay.
Any discussion? All in favor?
I,
Aye. Motion carries unanimously.
Good.
And then 69 Lime Street, Eric. Glad you had your phone. You can get some other work done.
Yeah. So town, we need to repave the parking lot at Lime Street, firehouse up here. Damaged over the years and whatnot. So what the town wants to do is basically rip out all the blacktop and put, as it is now. If you recall, on the front of the firehouse, in front of the 3 bays, there is a stamped look to the asphalt. We're going to get 2 different prices, one to replicate that as is. I don't know what the cost is going to be for that. But the Public Works Director at Adani would also like to see a price on doing concrete in that apron area because it's stronger, with the weight of the trucks.
It's the apron area right at the truck.
Yeah, so it would be, it would be in the same, not to the street, it would be the same footprint of what the stamped concrete is now, the stamped asphalt is now, same dimensions. It would just be a stronger product, strong finish at the end of the day for the weight of the trucks that sit on it. We're not set in stone on that, but when we go out to an RFP, we're gonna get pricing just to be able to see. So that's what we're looking to do. And if you guys have any questions.
And those blocks that you're investigating, would they be asphalt colored or would they be stone?
I'm gonna ask for the price to be, it is stained, and it was probably like a reddish stain back, I don't know when they did that last 20 some odd years ago. So if we go with the like for like, meaning, we go back to that look, it would be like probably a reddish brick look is probably what they were looking to go with back then in that vicinity. If that costs too much and the concrete would cost too much, it would just be blacktop, like the rest of the parking lot is, as is. So.
Well, I mean, as you know, if you replicate what's there, it's a like for like
Mhm.
form. All you have to do is submit the form.
Yeah.
If it's a change either to pure asphalt or to the sturdier stone, you would need to file a C of A.
Mhm.
The opportunity, and thank you for coming in today, is just for folks to ask questions if they have them. I, for one, am content with whatever you all come up with. I understand price is an issue, but obviously so is the durability of whatever it is
Correct.
you're putting in.
Yeah.
But others may have questions or concerns.
How far out from the bay would the concrete?
That's mentioned right now. So right now, that apron, which I mean, was for me, so it's kind of, this is just a quick sketch, but that apron is that smaller little box there in front. I mean, if you look at this, the whole parking lot, or the whole area is basically blacktop except for the building. So this smaller little area would be it's 34 feet out from the front of the building. The front of that building is, I don't have the exact dimension, but it's probably in the 70-foot range if you went from the building to Lime
So
Street.
is it the length of a fire engine?
Basically, yes. So it's 34 feet out to Lime Street, and then 54 feet is the width that is currently right now. And that's what the dimensions we would keep if we went to concrete. I understand we'd have to, do the new application, but if we do a like for like, then then we obviously file that with you as well.
I agree with you, John. It's really up to you. It's a beautiful building. I mean, it's a wonderful public building,
Yeah.
but obviously has a purpose, which is more important than how the concrete looks outside.
Yeah, we tend to
Yeah.
defer to
Yeah.
judgments about public safety and functionality and things like
Right.
that.
Right.
Visually, it would be a significant difference, right? If it's the length of a fire truck, and if it's going to be red protruding into the asphalt, it would have it.
So if we go with
Quite
the
a different look.
stamped look that is there now, 25 years ago, it was red. So at that point, it was, I don't know what the process was 25 years ago, if it was proof that you guys, that this commission or not, I don't know, way before my time here. So it would look different than it is today because it has worn off, if you walk up there and you look, you can tell it's a little bit different color. It's not, not that dark gray, but at one point it was, a color. So I see what you're saying. If we do strictly blacktop, it's going to look pretty close to what it is now, other than just being brand new. So visually, it wouldn't change what people think of as they drive by now. We do concrete, that is another different look because now concrete is, that whitish color, we'll just say light gray, as opposed to blacktop.
And the concrete would be though just for
Just in that apron. We don't want to go all the way to the road. It's just for when they have the trucks parked out in front of the firehouse. It's going to last longer than what is current.
I mean, I look at the post office, which gets a lot of traffic, and they're continually, it seems to me, repairing the asphalt. So,
Yeah.
Think hard before you go with pure asphalt.
Yeah.
Maybe there may be thicknesses and differences.
If we go with pure asphalt, we are going to go thicker than what is currently there, which we would do. So it, in theory, would last longer. But with our public works director, and that's his wheelhouse. He feels concrete is a much stronger product than blacktop. But it also comes down to cost. On the town side of it, do we want what's the real cost difference? Blacktop to concrete. So we won't know until we go out to once we issue the RFP and get pricing back. And then at that point, we would make that decision which route we want to take or would like to take. And then if we want to go concrete, then we would obviously come back and file the right application to make that change and get your approval on that.
Are there options for the stamped other than red? I mean, would it
We can look into that.
come into, it might, depending on the brightness of the red, it might be a rather startling
True. I would think they would want to, the town would, the fire department would want to, probably why they did it was to mimic the brick of the building. They probably went with a brick color is why they did what they did then. Again, the current, chief wasn't there when they, they did it. So it's kind of hard to know why they chose what they chose, but I would imagine being a brick building, that's what they, why they did it, but we could obviously, see, get color options
I mean, I
and,
don't want to make you jump through hoops, but
yeah,
if it's a matter of just asking the question, is there a price difference with different?
different colors. Yeah, certainly we can find that out when we get to that process. I certainly wouldn't want to see it, bright fire engine red, because that would be, kind of stark. You don't want it to really stick out. It's just, I think they did it just to kind of denote, all right, this is the apron of the firehouse. And other than that, who knows, back then, maybe the paving company did it for free as a, hey, upcharge or something. Yeah, promotional, maybe it was something new they were trying and
They
wanted
wanted
great
photographs
advertisement.
to advertise. it.
Right. Like, hey, look what we did here. So, but yes, we would, obviously understanding, having to go the next step with you if we change the complete look of it. But if it is a like for like, then we file that, paperwork with you. And if we do want to make that change, then it's the next
And, I
step.
mean, just request, if you do go the like for like route, it would be helpful just for our record keeping information to have that sketch
Yep.
that shows the dimensions of the apron.
Sure. When I file that paperwork, if it's likely, I'll make it
Just
obviously a
attach
little
that.
bit better. And then here it is, this is what's existing and this is what we want to do
Yeah.
to keep it the same. Process, if we want to go concrete or make any changes. I know you don't meet in August, so the next meeting would be September, correct? So I would file any paperwork prior to that
Correct.
and then come back and either have a discussion or whichever.
Enough, 10 days ahead of time? 10 days before
Okay.
The next meeting.
So by, middle of August, have it filed with you and then you
Yeah,
have
that
it
would
for
be
your-
great.
for the next meeting for September. Okay.
Right,
That's
Eric,
perfect.
thanks very much for.
Yeah, no problem. Any other questions? That's I can answer.
Other questions?
Okay. All right.
Thank
Good
you
to
for
go.
coming.
Thank you.
Hey,
The next item, and Martha just circulated an additional document with track changes. The Realtor
Yes.
sign discussion. Deanie and I have several issues we'd like to talk to Eric Olson about, Eric Knapp about. One of which has to do with sign dimensions, because the zoning at present in many instances refers to two square foot size for signs.
I have some
Realtor,
copies, John.
okay, these are the track changes or not?
Yes, the track changes are in bold. So
Oh.
you'll see section 13 is bolded. Because it wouldn't let me,
And the strikeout section?
yeah,
Oh,
the
okay.
strikeout, yeah.
Okay, well, this works.
This is what was sent out, right?
Yeah, but it's not in color, but it's in bold. So what I did was, I mean, we could have a separate guideline for realtors, but I thought just add a new section. I started off thinking we could amend several of the bits, but it's
Better this
easier
way.
just to say, here's what you do for realtor or building contractor signs. And then,
Yeah.
if you see at the end of the indented bullet points, it says,
Need that
provisions not inconsistent with
downloaded.
the above conditions continue to apply. So I don't know if folks have had a chance to go through this. It basically would allow what I understand to be current practice for realtor signs. and current practice with respect to the size of building contractor signs.
So this is what you're proposing here
Yeah.
is a written statement acknowledging their compliance, not a C of A or anything like that.
Right, we
Just a-
talked about that at
Right.
the last meeting as as an option that, we could at least make the case complies with the our statutory authority.
And is this something that we send out? Is your do you envision our sending out this to all of the realtors that
Well,
we know of?
We could go, yeah, we could adopt it and send it out. Another option is after checking a few details with Eric Knapp, we could send it to realtors and say, here's what we're proposing. Let us know any reactions. Just in case there's some issue we haven't thought about.
I don't think your bullets include the possibility of a sign with a chain and a second sign.
Yeah,
They all have that.
Yeah, so we're just assuming that.
no, it probably should be added in. I guess we could find out the dimensions of,
Yeah, I can measure.
you
I
know,
should have
a
done it.
maximum of 2, what, how many of
I mean,
these?
I would say it's this big, you know.
Yeah, but,
Oh, you mean sometimes
How-
there are two different,
are there,
agents?
you need more than 2?
sometimes, am I right? Sometimes there are two agents listing and they have two,
I've seen that.
yeah, I think I have two.
Well,
So-
I can add in, that's a good idea, maximum of
7.
2, no, 2.
Definitely.
David's a troublemaker.
I just, well,
Strike that from the record.
right.
And add the dimensions.
I mean, yeah. Have we ever seen three? I just.
I
don't-
never have. But they go straight down. I don't
They
really
do.
change the.
Yeah.
I guess it changes the dimensions.
It just
slightly.
changes the dimension, but not the look in a way, because it's the same.
So that's why I asked, is it
Yeah.
covered by the dimensions if there are two? Yeah.
Right.
Or does it need to be as no?
No,
I
it
mean,
should
at some
be
point
noted.
they
That
hit the
was a good
ground.
idea.
Could be.
I guess that would be the practical.
Right.
Um,
Yeah, I've never seen more than 2. I think
Mm-mm.
that's reasonable.
And then the other change was, at least pending discussion with Eric, and I've just numbered these sections. The only thing new is not the heading, it's the numbering, just for easier reference. Under 9, strike that out. I did not include explicitly well, I guess I should note, just so it's all in one place, that these may not include photographs. We
Doesn't that
want-
say
we
that? Don't
want
you
to-
have that in 13? I think I saw
It's
it.
there
Oh,
someplace.
did I include it in 13?
Yes. No RC sign may include photographs. It's about 3, 6.
Oh, I see.
7,
No
yeah.
RC sign may
Yeah.
include photo. I did.
7 down, yeah.
Okay. And then it gives the option for a property owner to do something different if they want to propose something different in timely fashion.
Oh, can I ask another question?
Sure.
I wasn't sure we had debated the time and I don't have a strong opinion, but do they have to remove within 48 hours? That's might be a short time span for some of them, and I was thinking.
Approve within 48 hours of the time that the house is sold or the.
Yes.
listing.
Yes,
They might have a little trouble with that, just having just been
It's just-
through it. They have one guy who does this and he
5
has a lot
days
of
or-
these to do and he
Yeah.
goes around and he does them.
Yeah.
So it could,
They want to leave them
Contractor.
there too. I mean, not that.
It's a contractor
right,
that hangs, puts up the signs.
right, that's what I mean, but he might not
And get to it.
Yeah.
in 48
Well,
hours.
I don't think we should kowtow to the wishes of the realtors, but they want to leave them out as long as possible. I mean, it's sold, I did it,
yeah,
Right,
advertising, and we had talked about in the past, 30 days from closing or something, but that may be, I think that's too long.
yeah,
Well, what's
I was thinking 5 days, just to give them a little bit more latitude, but I don't have a strong.
5 days is reasonable.
I think 5
Yeah.
is reasonable.
What?
I mean, the reality is if it's up 7 days, nothing happens. If it's up for
We don't have.
2 weeks, we call them up and, but I think 5 days sounds reasonable to me.
Yes.
Okay.
So we're changing that 48 hours to 5
Mhm.
days.
Where is the 40?
Within 5 days after a property has been sold.
Oh, within 5 days. Okay.
So it's the third bullet in section
I got
13.
it. I got it. Okay, other suggestions, questions? Do you like the idea of sending it to realtors?
I have one more question.
Yes.
No more than one RC sign shall be installed at any one time. Is it
Oh, and
conceivable that you would have a real estate brokerage sign and you would also have a contractor sign so that therefore you would have more than one at the same time?
Very conceivable. I mean, I'm selling my house and I'm making these
Yeah,
changes or
Yes.
upgrading it or whatever.
yes. That was just one other thing that I was gonna think we
Well,
might discuss.
good. So where is that one? Oh, I
That's
see.
Next to the last bullet.
How about
on
if we
section
there
13.
change RC to realtor? Would that take care of the
Yeah,
confusion?
we don't normally see
Well,
two real estate
no.
signs, two
Never
different
mind.
ones on the same property, right?
But your concern, Carolyn, is seeing a realtor sign plus
No,
a,
no, I think sometimes
She
you might,
thinks it's necessary sometimes.
okay, right.
I mean, we don't.
We
As
could
we
just take that
discussed,
out.
or I'd change RC to realtor. Just in case there's some new,
I mean, all throughout.
no, in
Just
that
there.
one, in that
Yeah.
one place. In other words, if you look at the fourth bullet point, I distinguish there between realtor
Yes.
signs and contractor signs.
yes,
Mhm. Well, I mean, we don't have to, as we've discussed before, we're opting to allow these signs. Some historic
Right.
districts say no signs. If you're selling a piece of property in the historic district, no signs.
Or those tiny little ones.
But I think that it's kind of a given that there's not gonna be more than one realtor sign. You list with two agents, you reached an exclusive listing. Maybe not, maybe.
I don't think they're two different companies' signs.
No. I don't think they want to do
I think we
that.
could, I'm suggesting deleting that item.
That's fine
Yes.
too. I mean, the practical.
Oh, right. It won't happen.
Okay. That's a good idea.
And I'm afraid I don't understand the last one exactly, John. Could you explain? Provisions of these guidelines not inconsistent with the above conditions, notably provisions shall continue to apply. Just clarify us for us what you mean by that.
Well, you probably can come up with clearer language. I just
I
mean,
think that's a little
this
confusing.
isn't the
Mhm.
exclusive list of conditions a realtor would need to look at. They would also need to look at the provisions on locations or a contractor, for example. A contractor doing roofing couldn't put a sign up on the roof. That's the location concern.
Yeah, but that would be unlikely.
Um,
I just find the wording confusing. To me, it's a little bit unclear.
And
What are we actually, prohibiting here?
well, and then 11 is prohibited signs. There are certain types of signs that we don't allow.
So you continue to prohibit sandwich signs, you're saying,
Mhm.
or wire.
Wire stakes, which continue to be displayed.
Number 7.
We probably could,
Could ask Caroline to work this over. Make it-
Well, what we're trying to say is the intention to say that these are not the only provisions that should be
Right.
considered in reference. Is that
right,
sort
but
of-
some of the other conditions are inconsistent with these. So that's why I said not inconsistent. In other words, elsewhere, for example, we say the maximum height of a sign is 10 feet. We don't want super tall realtor signs. I mean, we could say it more directly. You could say other provisions of these guidelines continue to apply if they are not inconsistent with the above conditions.
Yeah, maybe what's confusing and making it wordy is provisions of these guidelines not inconsistent with the above conditions, then you throw in notably provisions. If you just took out that notably
Mhm.
part. Not inconsistent with the above conditions, no comma, shall continue to apply.
Does that work for
That's
you,
as
Carolyn, or
equally-
is the double negative, the not inconsistent bothersome?
Yeah, I guess, yeah, that was part of it, was a double negative, but I think David's wording improves it and
Mhm.
just take out the notably.
All right. Well,
What, yeah,
you like the idea of, I mean, this won't be the last time we look at it, but do you like the idea of, do you like the idea of circulating this to realtors?
For comments?
maybe not.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe we don't solicit
I don't-
comments.
Not for comment, but for information.
Yes,
Once it's approved, yeah.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Once
It's not
approved,
onerous.
well, I mean, after we adopted the sign guidelines, we had one communication from a realtor
Mhm.
saying essentially, please, give us more guidance.
Uh-huh.
We do say things in here such as it's the responsibility of the property owner to file a C of A. So it was like, do we need a C of A if a sign is just temporary? Well, for most signs, yes, you do. I mean, a sign is a sign, but it's, I think our previous discussion suggested realtor and contractor signs should be able to be displayed with a minimal procedural obstacles. But also it's nice if they acknowledge, yeah, there are limits to what they can do. So how about,
I think we could potentially open up some cans of worms.
I do too,
That we
David.
haven't even thought about. If we
Yeah.
ask, we solicit comments.
I mean,
Yeah.
if there are things we haven't thought of that make sense, these are just guidelines. They can always be changed.
They can come back to us.
And
just like we
frankly,
did
if somebody comes in and says, we want to do something different, we're not bound to follow this. These are not formal regulations. These are just guidelines to let people in the community know what factors we take into account. Okay, so I'll doctor up this language.
Another
Oh,
recommendation, just a wording change. This is only wordsmithing, so if others don't like it, that's just fine. But the first sentence, the very first sentence, I would suggest and limit their intrusiveness rather than invasiveness.
Oh. Mhm.
But up to you all. That's. I mean,
Where is it?
This is right here,
13? Oh, it's a very tough.
the very first line.
I think that's a good change.
Where are you on 13?
No, very first line.
Oh, the first line of the whole document. Mhm.
intrusiveness, that's better.
Much better.
I think it's better.
It's not a weed.
It's not a weed.
Well, okay.
Right.
Any other comments? I'll doctor this up. We can get it finalized in September. And we'll talk to Craig in the end.
Thank you, John. Lots of work went into this. Thank you very much.
Our report. Deanie, do you have anything?
I don't.
We raised the train questions before. I'm getting somewhat mixed signals, but about Amtrak's involvement in the Charlestown meeting, but I trust the accuracy of what Greg reported today. My inclination is to, again, send a reminder to the contact person we had. If there's not any action, I think we need to write a letter. And I do think Greg's suggestion of contacting
CTDOT. I
CTDOT
think that-
is appropriate. So we'll fashion a letter to them. I also talked to Martha Shoemaker about the sidewalk grant and asked a bunch of questions. And so let me briefly go over her replies. It basically, as you know, the selectmen put in a grant application for sidewalk construction, which could yield as much as $800,000 from the state. This would be along Halls Road.
When
And,
was that submitted? Do we know?
We
Year
do. Oh, March
of this year.
this year?
Okay.
Yeah.
And do you know where on Halls Road, beginning where and ending where?
No, that's not specified. The grant includes no design, location details. It's just, I mean, it may say generally Halls Road. I don't know. It's in the selectman's office and I need to go read it, but it doesn't say anything about anything we would be involved in the application because it doesn't yet specify any design or particular details. So I asked about next step. Martha says if the construction grant is approved, there's up to 3 years to do the design work. It would require town approval for the design work, approval by the Board of Selectmen and Board of Finance. Should the HDC be consulted about design issues before the issue is brought to any townwide forum to make sure there are no HDC roadblocks to proceeding? And her comment was, our first stop before going to Board of Selectmen and Board of Finance for approval would be planning, zoning, and HDC. That would be prior to any request for design work. Should we schedule an informational discussion at the September HDC meeting? She says at least wait until October. And then the only last thing is, should we have a forum here? To discuss the possible extension of the sidewalk down in front of the Lime Academy, the museum, and Audubon. And she certainly doesn't object. So I think it's in September, perhaps we should discuss whether we want to have a forum to at least begin discussions about that possibility. Anyway, that's the report. And my only other comment is we have a bunch of enforcement issues still. I would suggest, for example, double checking with Russ, but there's no action on the old Lime Inn sign that's on the fence. It violates the zoning regs as well as our guidelines. And getting it's sort of like whack-a-mole probably, but I'm getting a bit eager to have some of the obvious issues dealt with.
Martha, you probably in your report have some, I don't know about the Old Lyme Inn specifically, but you'll probably address some of the other
Yeah, why
things
don't
that
you,
we're following in your
we-
report.
we
Yeah.
transfer to your report now. I had nothing else.
Yeah, there are 20, we're monitoring 23 situations. Some are active C of As and others are like for likes. So I'll just go down the list. It's in order of street address. Okay. So 1 Lime Street, they have a C of A for windows and porch renovations and foundations. Those don't expire till this time next year. So, and then 2 Lime Street, the garage roof replacement, no action required on that. 6 Lime Street, the picket fence, she's still working on the timeline. It should be like for like, but we still don't have a timeline on that.
So
Um,
are you in touch with her?
Yes,
Okay.
yeah, she's responding to my emails, so.
Well, that's a good sign, but it needs
I
to be
know.
done sometime.
I know. And then the chocolate shell open flag. I'm still waiting to hear back about that. You're right there. Okay, good. 20 Lime Street, the like for like form for the balustrade. 24 Lime Street, the Connecticut Examiner sign. 31 Lime Street, they removed shutters for painting, and the like for like form has been submitted for roof repair. 32 Lime Street, we had a like for like form for the fence. The gate has also been replaced. And we have a like for like form to replace 2 doors on the sunroom. We do not have any kind of form for the gate. I think we wanted, if she was not going to put the gate back, we wanted something, but then she put it back. So,
And the
This is
sun,
Cindy.
yeah.
The
It's on
sunroom, did we approve?
is that
something
on the front?
sunroom?
The sunroom is sort of if you're looking right at the
Sunroom
house
is,
on the
if
right,
you see the house, it's right here.
cause sort of has a,
So
Yes.
was that a like for like? Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Martha, my only concern is that the like for like, I think requires that the materials be the same. In other words, they shouldn't be flimsy or less substantial than the than the prior structure, right?
Needs
That-
to be
I just wanted to be
identical.
sure that
It
that
needs
was
to be
understood.
identical in every respect, yeah.
Yes, it has to be, yeah,
Mhm.
good.
33 Lime Street, they submitted a like for like form for to replace a privacy fence on the north side next to the library lane neighbors. They sent us pictures of that and it is like for like. 38 Lime Street, those renovations are continuing. There is the railing for the front step, that C of A expires in November. And he has not put that on yet. But he still has
A
a few months to do that. 48-1 Lime Street, Spears Plumbing. They submitted a like-for-like form for replacing the roof shingles. The 49 Lime Street, Center School, front door and Bluestone Walkway. That expires next May, and they're working on that now. You can see where they've built out the front.
Martha, what is the box that's there now? That's just temporary while they, what is the box that's there now?
That's just to protect it from the weather while they redo that. Put that in, yeah. The 59 Street C of A for LYSB renovations. That expires in October. Looks like that's on track. 64 and 68 Lime Street, the new storefront windows, they have submitted a like-for-like form for
Well,
that.
they have.
And if anything is going to change, they will let us know. But they submitted like-for-like.
Good.
72 Lime Street, the shed. We dealt with that today. 74 Lime Street. The heat pump is going to be installed in the rear of the house. Not in the front. When I was looking at the drawing that they
This is
sent.
Erica's.
Yeah, that's Erica's house. When I looked at the drawing, I didn't notice that it said west side Lieutenant River. So it was a drawing of the back of the house, not the front of the house.
Oh.
So that's in the back. The pole that's there right now with the utilities on it is temporary.
Oh,
Yeah. And like I said before, Erica sent us an email asking to be on the September agenda for a privacy fence on the south side, near the Maple Lane properties, and also possibly for a pool on the Lieutenant River side of the house. And then
which may not be visible.
probably not, no, but she would fence it with a black iron fence, I think.
Okay.
So there, you may see bits and pieces of that from Lime
Right.
Street or Maple Lane, but who knows? 84 Lime Street, the sill house roof replacement is like for like. 85 Lime Street, the old Lime Inn signage is still on the fence. 96 Lime Street, the fence, we dealt with that. They'll be back in September. 97 Lime Street, the C of A for the garden shed expires.
We had just extended that.
Yeah, we just extended that. Then we have Halls Road sidewalk proposal, which you reported on. 105 Lime Street for fence repairs, and 110 Lime Street for the driveway gravel and also for the vent.
Yeah, the driveway gravel is going to happen sometime. But
Okay.
there's no cutoff on like for
No.
like, so it's just on the
Right.
record when I get to it.
So that's all I have. That's a big list. And then all the memberships have been renewed, and we do also have some free passes to the Florence Griswold Museum. If anybody would like some. Historic plaque program, I have no updates on that. Our CLG report has been filed with the State Historic Preservation Office.
Great.
So that's all I have.
I had a query from the people on Ferry Road, Fred,
Oh, yeah, Fred
and
Gaston,
Ann,
about their
plaque.
plaque.
And I said that we've been so busy with so many things. Our agendas are so long, but that
Yeah,
not to give up.
no, don't, I keep telling him, we want you to have a plaque on your
Right.
house.
Right.
We just,
Is that required? Research on your part, is that? what's
well,
the
we're
next
kind of
step?
at a dead end because the property was divided in 1923 or something, and
no.
so it doesn't,
We don't know when.
we don't know. No, we can have some idea, you know, Carolyn has some old photos of that house from the early 1800s.
I have to look back.
Yeah. but that's all we know.
We're gonna have to maybe say circa whatever,
Right.
as a guess.
Yeah, because that was the, tradition says it was housed a soap factory at one time, so.
Right.
That's kind of an interesting little piece of history that we'd like to preserve, but anyway. So that's all I have.
You sat through a
Yeah.
long meeting. You were not on the agenda because we did not have a C of A application.
And I understand that. I'm asking questions about that.
Oh,
application.
sure.
Great.
As, the sign that I was sent a letter for was an open flag, which was previously there from a previous owner. So should I do the like for like form or the COFA form that requires $40?
Pre-existing flag, exactly the same.
It's exactly the same. It's an open flag that was there previously when Barbara Crowley did the chocolate shop. And it's literally on the actual building. And it's an open sign, open flag that was previously there before.
So,
Why are we,
like for like,
are we requiring her to do something because the ownership changed?
No, I mean, I had thought, but I don't live in the vicinity, near immediate vicinity. I had thought it was a new song.
yeah, it was,
It was previously there 3 years ago. The owner, I purchased from Never to put the sign up.
Right, that has to-
Oh,
That has to
Previously
be
there
the-
3 years ago.
but
So-
if it was never it
And
was,
no, Barbara had filed that because I worked for Barbara then. So we previously filed.
sure,
And so my question is, do I do the like for like form or the other form?
or neither.
or nothing.
I-
Yeah.
So did we approve?
If we approved it when it was in its prior ownership,
Yeah, I'd have to look back in the,
I think the answer is we're gonna have to check back in the records. If it was approved initially,
Okay,
you don't have to do anything.
all right,
If it was not approved, if it was some oversight on the part of the previous owner, you would need to come in with a C of A
okay.
application. I think could we waive it?
And you're aware that the previous owner did make an application? Is that what you said?
She told me she did years ago. She
Yeah,
worked
most
for 6 years.
Okay,
Do you
well,
know, did she tell you whether it was approved?
I can contact her.
Why don't you do that
well,
too?
we'll check on this and you can check.
Should I
it.
just get in touch with you,
yeah,
Martha?
yes.
Yeah,
Yep.
and if you do need a new C of A, we'll waive the fee. It's not a major
I'm not concerned
construction.
about that. So I'm just gonna
Hey,
see
I
which-
mean, come
which
on.
form I needed to do.
This day and age, the fee would buy you lunch and a coffee.
You're right. Very true. I did have just one more question regarding, we have, tent signs that are plastic and white, just with our Shell logo on them. I was questioning why we aren't able to put those near the road, since I've
Because-
seen other signs like that down the street.
We have continual struggles to get people to comply with HDC requirements and zoning requirements. They are prohibited under zoning because it's technically is a residential area.
I mean, I understand like not having it on the sidewalk because you're impeding, pedestrians, but like,
You
where
need,
people can actually see the sign from the road because you don't really see the sign. to be able to-
I understand, but this is an issue really for zoning. In other
Okay.
words, our jurisdiction, we try very hard not to say we can approve something that zoning prohibits.
So I need to go through zoning for the
Well, let me just finish. We also have some restrictions of our own because zoning restrictions apply townwide to
Okay.
various districts. We understand and several places have solved how to, advertise their business in the historic district,
Right.
but we do not approve of the sandwich board signs.
Some of,
I just wonder because like the firehouse has one, the library has one.
right,
Right
the
on the street.
nonprofits, I mean, we have, I mean, the library has their
I mean,
bookshop open.
we
few
have,
days.
we
Like
have,
theirs is right, before the sidewalk, not on the sidewalk, which that would what I would do as well.
Right.
Have we not distinguished between the nonprofits?
we have, we adopted signage guidelines, last year.
And is that in?
And it's not,
the areas?
and so no, they're posted on the website separately. So it's got more details than what's in the sidewalk. So we are in the midst of working with primarily nonprofits to see, to approve in advance uses of some temporary signs, but in a manner that is more consistent with the historic district.
To promote an event or something like that.
Right. I understand that. It's just.
So it's not-
When I see other places.
Yeah.
Do the same signage that I would like.
I mean-
I've been putting it up because.
One distinction quickly is you presumably want a sign you can have up pretty much all the time, whereas the others,
From 11 to 5 Tuesday through Saturday.
right, but every Tuesday through Saturday in the foreseeable future, whereas other signs are just temporary. That's one distinction. The second distinction is under our guidelines, there should not be A-frame signs anywhere. And we have made some slight progress, but that's what we're working towards.
Thank you for your time. I appreciate it.
Well, I'm
Thank you
sorry
for
you have to
sitting here
wait
till
through
It's
the.
okay. I wasn't sure if I was on the agenda or not, so I just wanted to make sure which form I needed to fill out, but I'll get with you, Martha.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Barbara as well, and we'll figure out that
Yeah.
information.
Yeah.
I hope the business is going okay, and our grandkids have already been in and
Thank you.
they loved it, so.
I'm trying to get it back up to speed, so
Okay,
taking time, but I appreciate your help today and.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, good.
Thank you, guys.
thanks.
Have a good rest of your day.
Thank you.
Any other new business, the last item on our agenda?
John, I wanted to bring up we haven't discussed together, but I have mentioned to you and to Disney that I was concerned about the masonry wall across from the museum driveway, which I think is part of the continuation of the wall around the old Lime Inn. So I don't know who owns the wall, but there was tree work done and there's been significant damage to the masonry wall, which is a part of the historic fabric of the district. So I just wanted to call our attention to.
I did talk to you about that and mentioned it to Martha, and she sent out a letter, I
I sent a
understand.
letter to the people who own the yellow house with the blue shutters. Haven't heard back, but then I checked on the GIS map and that parcel of land right there, just north of the Wickford Lane
Yeah.
Road, it says Town of Old Lyme on it.
Ooh.
So I'm thinking they don't even own that 93 doesn't even own that it's owned by Town of Old Lyme.
We could have,
There's a little strip, isn't that where the stream cuts through? And so it may be that
Yeah.
that the town owns it. So maybe Martha, you could just contact the town to make sure they're
Yeah,
aware of that and that we need to,
We'd love to see the wall restored.
but
yeah.
But after they put the pipe in it through the cemetery.
Yeah, right. We've been waiting for the new pipes to be installed in the cemetery for probably a year, right?
Yeah. So,
could you just note that to get in touch with the town?
yes.
Did the town do the tree work, Martha?
I don't know, but if you look on the GIS maps, like if you look up that address, you can see where it's, Old Lyme Inn, and then it's Wickford Lane, and then and have that yellow house with the blue shutters and right up. There's that section that's north of Wickford, which is town of
I
Oban.
didn't
I'm
know.
sure I didn't know either, but I'm sure it's a strip of land that covers the
Something like
area
a
of
right of
that
way or
road.
something.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Just calling attention to it. Yep, needs to be
Any
repaired.
other new business?
No.
I will, as they say, we will entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll second that.
Oh,
have to
somebody has
make
to make the motion.
I move we adjourn.
You've made. it.
Carolyn made the motion, second,
second
Deanie
it.
seconds, all in favor.
Great. Good meeting.